Hi, I'm Steve Loggins. I'm the commander for the Voice, Data, and Video Infrastructure Division within the Technology Bureau. My role is support of all the voice, data, and video services for the entire Sheriff's Office, primarily including those services we provide to the deputies and detention officers. The Technology Bureau is responsible for what in the commercial field we would call IT, or Information Technologies, which includes all the application development, programming, support of the infrastructure, end user support, right down to the desktop user. The pandemic threw us for a loop, as happened in many companies. We were suddenly faced with the need to move people out of the workplace to get the social distancing necessary to prevent the spread of the virus. And that entailed a number of complexities, and how do we get a large number of people working at home so they can be productive and meet the needs and mission of the office. The first challenge was we have remote networks set up all the time, but they're designed for just a handful of people to work remotely. So we had to very quickly engineer those networks to handle 10 to 100 times the amount of traffic that they normally would. So that required working with our carriers such as CenturyLink and Cox Communication to increase bandwidth on data circuits and speeds, looking at our server configuration, kind of looking at everything we do very quickly and figuring out how to, as effectively and efficiently as possible, get these people at home where they can be comfortable and be able to do their job. Basically what we've done to handle the technology for the work at home issues is meet with the divisions and find out what they need and how many of their people are going to need to move to a work at home environment. It's very important here in the headquarters that we move as many people out as possible because we have things such as our 911 center, and we need to prevent the spread of the virus to keep essential personnel able to work. So we first looked at who can work from home and how quickly we can get them there, which in many cases involved getting equipment for them, monitors, computers, keyboards, everything you need that you're used to having in your office. We have installed approximately between 150 and 175 work-at-home setups for people from the headquarters building here. So, that's almost half of the people in the headquarters building. That entailed getting them computers as fast as possible. We had to sometimes borrow other computers that were, slated for other uses to make that happen. We also were very fortunate to be able to use some of the CARES funding to purchase equipment quickly. One of the other major components that we experienced was the sudden need for cellular communications for our employees, because some of the people that we were moving out of the office environment did not have an MCSO cell phone. So we had to very quickly work with our carriers to get them a cell phone, get them set up for email, and so they could receive messages and be productive immediately working at home. We had a much higher volume of calls to our service desk where people request assistance. We had to adjust staffing where we could. We had to use people in sometimes non-traditional roles. We had technicians that we had to send to people's homes to help them troubleshoot problems, maybe with their DSL or their high-speed broadband carrier that we weren't used to seeing here in the office. And for instance, our service desk, those are people that are here 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We quickly found that there's a way to remote that so that some of those people could work from home. That'll be a tool we use in the future to recruit people, because it's a benefit that many prospective employees are looking for. We actually found in most cases people were more productive. They sit down at their computer, they work, they answer calls, they take the business seriously. The availability has been great. Plus, by keeping them in their homes, we're preventing them from getting even things like the common cold and the flu. So we see almost no absenteeism. The MCSO family really came together here. Everybody pitched in, did everything they could to make sure the user, particularly the deputy in the field, the detention officer in the jails, was getting the service they needed, getting the applications operating properly, getting problems resolved, and it was very, to me, it was very good to watch how this team pulled together, and we were able to do everything.